Wow, Max Irons plays Joe Turner in Condor. He joins me now. Now, this Condor, this is kind of the movie that a lot of people know that Robert Redford starred in, 2 Days of Condor.
It is indeed. People having a healthy suspicion of our government to make sure that they are, in fact, acting in our best interests, I think is a timeless thing.
No, absolutely. Great American accent.
Oh.
Did you have to work really hard, though? Did you have to get coaches and all of that?
There was a little bit of that, yeah. It's tricky, the American accent. But, you know, surrounded by Americans and Canadians when you're filming it, so if it's not up to scratch, they let you know.
Well, see, that's quite good, because they can do that. And also, do you find sometimes as well that when you go somewhere, you end up speaking like that anyway? You know... you sort of absorb it like a sponge.
I'm not going to lie, it's still with me. Often, if I get in a taxi, for example, I either get, you sound Australian, or American. Now, I was told once that people who can't hold their own accent, it's a sign of weak character. So I hope this
no, not at all. It just shows you you've absorbed it so well. What an amazing cast you've got.
Oh.
You've got William Hurt there.
Yeah.
But you've worked with him before, though, haven't you?
I have. I've worked with him twice. And we also have Brendan Fraser, who is everywhere now and doing so well.
I'm so glad for Brendan Fraser, because, I mean, he kind of, you know, difficult to get work, as indeed it is with acting. You go through all these peaks and troughs, and it's really good to see him in such a meaty part.
Yeah,
really
playing a nasty villain.
We like that. We like that. They're always the best people to play. What about training for this kind of part? Because you have to get weapons training, you have to get go to sort of superhero school, if you like. You know, there's all of that you've got to do.
Superhero. My character spends a lot of time running away and hiding under various desks.
You've got to run fast.
OK. So there was a bit of time spent on the treadmill, not enough. But yeah, weapons training was an odd one. I got sent into a room where there was a man who was about 3 times as thick as me, who handed me an M4 semi-automatic machine gun.
Crikey.
I just started sweating immediately. And there was a young girl who's also in Condor called Liam Lubani, who was standing next to me, who has about 10 years less than me. She was cool as a breeze. It was very embarrassing. It was the first impression I made on my co-star.
But you know what's going to happen with this. People are going to compare it to Bodyguard, aren't they? Because Bodyguard was the big, huge drama, and there already have been sort of comparisons with that. That's no bad thing.
Well, I haven't seen Bodyguard, but I hear it's fantastic.
Download it and just sit and binge. It is really good.
Oh, really?
It really is. And that's what we can do with this, can't we? Because it's universal, so we can binge all of it.
It comes out tonight at 9 p.m. on Universal TV on Sky.
Right.
And you get the first 2 episodes.
Ah, fantastic. That's great. I like that, because then you get really drawn into it,
from my
really good.
point of view, you get running and hiding.
Running and hiding is absolutely
You don't just want the running,
no,
you also want the hiding.
Now, look, are you bracing yourself? Do brace yourself for the fact that everybody now is going to say this boy has to be the new Bond. Because they will. Have you had any of that already?
Do you know what? I think, as a nation, our requirements for James Bond are a little too low.
OK.
I think we need to raise them. Everyone.
But it's true, but everybody that's in an action movie or anything like that, and they're British.
But, you know, I'm not pointing at anybody in particular, but, you know, Bond, you know, he's ultimately an assassin, you know, licensed to kill. We need people who look capable of that.
Oh, well, I think, you could. I mean, you know,
Me?
Oh, come on.
Well, you're very nice.
I think so.
I think you're just trying to make me comfortable.
Not at all. You know, we were talking earlier on about the fact that if you've got mums and dads who are in the job, like you have, and your grandfather as well, Cyril Cusack, of course, it is a double-edged sword. Because people will say, OK, you can come along for an audition, but then you have to almost be twice as good. And it's hard. It's not. It doesn't make it easy.
I think in this country, nepotism is frowned upon, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So perhaps in the early days of my career, people might have been maybe a little more interested to meet me.
Yes.
But they're also ready to quickly say, oh, he's taking an easier path because of his parents.
Indeed.
And then if I'm not up to it, if I don't deliver the goods, then they will remember and they won't forget.
But the thing about now, though, is you've got this big body of work behind you. So, you know what I mean? You've got all of that. It's not like you're the new kid on the block anymore.
Well, I suppose not.
So you've got all that. And especially now with these 2 massive projects, it just propels you into another sort of level.
I love coming here. It's just great.
And what is have you got something where you would want to do, right, I've got an ambition, you know, whether it's a part you want to play, whether you want to direct, whether you want to do something, or you're just kind of like exploring everything and learning?
The part, well, yes.
Yeah.
But the part, when people ask the part you'd want to play, it's always a tricky one. I always think playing a politician, that would be most fun, because, you know, there's so many layers of truth or mistruth to what they say.
Sure.
That's fun as an actor. And I probably imagine quite fun as a politician, but perhaps not at the minute.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Oh, listen, it's so lovely to see you.